President Joe Biden's wife, Jill, has been slammed by the Democrat donors over failing to advise her husband from pulling out of the presidential race. I don't know why they're blaming her. Why on earth did they put him up in the first place? Despite a woeful performance in the debates against Donald Trump, the 81-year-old still apparently intends to run for election. During a rally, President Biden directly addressed limits of his old age.
I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth. I know right from wrong. And I know how to do this job. I know how to get things done. And I know, like millions of Americans know, when you get knocked down, you get back up.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. Travelling over to America now, let's have a chat with the Politics People podcast host, Paul Duddridge. Paul Duddridge, Biden versus Trump. How did that go down in the States?
Well, I want some credit for calling this. I've been calling this for ages, and last week I said that this was a setup to actually manoeuvre Biden out by his own party. And so it's gone down exactly the way it's gone down in Britain, but even more hilariously. What's happened is the media have completely removed support. You think of that debate. Okay, there were little things that people haven't picked up on. The commentators, the hosts, called Trump President Trump. Okay, which they've completely verboten now. I call him President Trump. They are now calling him President Trump in that debate. And are we still streaming? Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. Carry on, get on with it. Keep going.
Yeah, and then sorry. And the way they angled the whole of the debate was like the worst possible angle for Joe Biden, and they didn't keep calling Trump a felon. Okay, and so the whole thing is now just a display of the power of the American media. They've decided to withdraw support from Biden. Basically, this is a collusion between the Democrat Party and the US media. He's out. He is definitely out. How it's done now is going to be the interesting thing.
It was fascinating, isn't it? What about the Supreme Court ruling then that could throw out hundreds of the January the 6th cases?
Yeah, there was one of the January 6 cases. They got a lot of people on obstruction of a political process, and it was challenged. And this week, SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, agreed with the person charged, and that means that's the one charge they got hundreds of January the 6th protesters on, was this idea that they were obstructing, and it's gone. So they're going to be this, America's collective nightmare is going to be over soon. What's interesting is who's going to be the candidate. At this point, I'm saying I'm willing Biden to be the candidate. I'm just like praying now. This is like the dog that caught the car.
Who do you think?
I really wish.
Who do you think?
I think it's Gavin Newsom's the most likely. Gavin Newsom with Pete Buttigieg as his vice president is the most likely. But watch out for Gretchen Whitmer. She's the governor of Michigan, and she was there on the night. She has been maneuvering in Washington for weeks now. And so Gretchen Whitmer's the name to look out for in the UK. She's
now, listen,
governor
you've got
of
20
Michigan.
seconds. I want to hear about Trump's sentencing. These hearings on July the 11th, it might be televised. Are they likely to find him guilty of anything?
Well, he's already been found guilty. It's the sentencing now.
So
it's going to be non-custodial, I believe, but they will probably ankle tag him. That's exactly how they'll do it, I think.